evening and welcome to What's Love Got to Do with It on My Psychic Connection. I am Bunny Sugars, your host for the evening, and I missed you guys. I was not here last week, but I'm here this week and I cannot wait to start getting into readings for tonight. So I hope everyone's been doing good. I hope you all have been having a good afternoon, evening, day, whichever part of this hemisphere you're in currently. But before we get to some beautiful readings for you guys, I do want to go through the house rules. So here on My Psychic Connection, we do offer paid and free readings. If you have a general question, though, we'd like you to save that for the mypsychicconnection.com website, in which you can talk to us about those general questions you may have, because general questions tend to take you in some weird directions sometimes, and you may not be ready to go that deep into your life on a live radio show like this. So we ask that you save them for the website. And if you sign up for the website, you do get 3 minutes free, which is really, really cool. We love free things, right? So go ahead to mypsychicconnection.com and sign up today. It's absolutely free, and you get free minutes. Don't we love free things up in here? Now, remember everybody, if you have any medical or legal questions, we'd like that you save those for the medical or legal professionals. By law, we can't answer those questions, unfortunately, so we're going to direct you to the right people for those scenarios for you. And if you'd like a longer reading or you want to jump ahead to the list like a little bit of a cheat code, you can click the donation link that's down in the chat. We offer a quick reading, a mini reading, a medium, and a mega reading. Now, mini, mediums, and megas are all untimed, meaning that when you ask the question, we will continue until Spirit says, all right, stop. So there's no time limit on those. And with a mega reading, you get to ask up to 4 questions, which is really, really cool. So if you got some deep questions and you really want to get into some stuff tonight, go ahead and click that button to do a mega donation today. And also, every dollar of every donation is going to the Ryan White program, which is supporting the LGBTQ plus community. So if you want to support us here at the channel and you want to support a good cause, please go ahead and hit that donation button, because every dollar does matter. Now, we also have some games this evening. Halfway through the show, we have the lightning round, which is one of my favorites. That's the yes, no, maybe so sort of questions. And then at the 45-minute mark, we get to go into the emoji contest. So if you are ready and you're willing and you got those clicker buttons ready, go ahead and start throwing those emojis in the chat. I want to see as many emojis as we can put in the chat today. And you guys, that's it for house rules. Thank you so much for playing along with me or just waiting for me. But you guys, I've missed you all so much. I hope we've all been having a really good week. And even if I was not here one time, I better hope that everyone was doing some self-care today or this week in general. Make sure that you are all drinking water and taking care of yourselves and feeling revitalized, because it's hard out here and we're all working really, really hard. But remember, loving yourself is the kind of the most important thing through this journey in life, right? So just make sure you're all keeping up with your self-care. Now, you guys, I want to ask you all a question, and it's going to be a question I ask repeatedly through the show, because it's going to go with the theme for today with our talks of love and relationships. I want to know from everybody, what is your deal breaker in a relationship? Like, I want to know what everyone's deal breaker is. Mine is control. When you try to control me, I'll be the first one out the door. It's really particularly weird when people try to tell me or dictate how I can and should and will go about things. And so moment I see that, I'm the first one as far out the door as possible. I'm going to be like, peace. Gemma says, lack of communication. Yes, communication is probably one of the most important, parts of a relationship. Emma says, telling me what to do and where. That one. Me and Emma, we are like this today. We are tight today, because that's exactly it for me too. And Gemma with the lack of communication as well. These are both super important. No one in a relationship should dictate, what you should and shouldn't do, right? And then also, having someone not communicate with you is just mind-boggling to me. Emma, someone that can't make me laugh. Ooh, that's also super important. You're giving fire sign energy. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely super important when someone can't make you laugh. Monica says, hello, beautiful bunny. Hi, Monica, with your beautiful fairy icon. It's so cute. love it, the little pink fairy with the bun. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so happy to see you guys today. Now, let's go ahead and jump into some beautiful, beautiful readings. I cannot wait to start reading for all you guys today. It's such a good day so far. Gemma said, hello, beautiful bunny. I'm feeling a little fed up and unmotivated in all areas, but does Spirit suggest to give me a little kick up the ass? All right, so we want some advice from Spirit about feeling a little bit unmotivated. 100%, this is a matter of balance, Gemma. You are putting energy into one thing more than the other thing. So let's say your work-life balance is off. If your work-life balance is off, you need to focus less on work and more on life. Sometimes what ends up happening is we're concentrating in one area more than the other. And I feel like that's a lot of what's going on with you. That's why you might feel a little bit off kilter, just a little bit. You have to reconcile with yourself when you can and when you should and when you shouldn't and when you should just take a nap. It's all a balancing act. Life is literally a balancing act. But there's also what I feel is a lack of being able to recognize or wanting to recognize where you need to take a moment and to find that balance again. And it's almost like you're putting a lot of stake into relationships, love, situations like that, but you're forgetting certain other aspects of life that are equally important within those things. So it's kind of a situation of being able to find the balance in where you do a little bit of everything and not too much of one. When you are unbalanced like that, it's going to feel a little bit unmotivating. It's going to feel daunting. You're putting 600 things on your back at once. So you have to find your balance. Go outside, do some things, take a nap. God, that's my favorite thing to do when I feel off balance. Take a nap. Be able to kind of take yourself out of the environment that you're in, right? Excuse me. Take yourself out of the environment that you're in. Sometimes you need to do something outside the box in order to reevaluate and revamp yourself and just re-energize yourself. Don't go for a hike. Like, I can't even advocate to do that for myself. Gemma says, everything feels so overwhelming, even the smallest things. Unfortunately, that's a part of what that is. And it's because friend, there's the bell, and I had so much more to tell you too. But remember, balance is key. Putting on too much onto yourself, it's going to cause a lot more issues than good. And that kind of blows when you think about it, because when you put more on yourself, what happens? You get tired. Gemma says, thank you. You are so very welcome, my friend. And I hope I was able to help give you a little bit more clarity. So you guys, we were talking about deal breakers in relationships, right? But I want to expand on it. So here's a carrot for your thoughts. I'm going to throw some beta carotene nuts at you for your spirit. Spirit got to be healthy too. And sometimes you got to have a little bit of a carrot to think about things. So within deal breakers, where do you draw the line between chasing perfection or chasing an ideal of somebody and just allowing things to be what they are? Because there's a difference. It's almost like when love becomes an obsession with the chase of perfection. Because a lot of the times when we are looking for relationships, what ends up happening is we are going based off an ideal that we have deep within ourselves, in our head, whether it be from books and from movies or from attributes that we just like, or how we view a romantic relationship and how we want it to be. We have almost distorted the reality in our own head, and we look for that same type of energy in real life, when we have to understand that it doesn't quite exist like that in the real world. Your partner is going to have flaws. So at what point do those flaws become a deal breaker? And how do you almost balance the idea of loving someone's imperfections and allowing them to just be as they are? Because when you are looking for that relationship, you're looking for the fantasy. But when do you just accept them as they are? Because your person is never going to be perfect. It is impossible. Perfection is a concept. It does not exist. And if we know that for ourselves, how come we cannot understand that for our partners? How come our partners have to be this perfect monolith of what we see and have created within ourselves? How come they can't have a little bit of imperfection? They might have a little issues communicating. They might be a little shy. They may not want to go outside. They may not want to go clubbing or anything like that. They may just be a little bit different than what you expect. But isn't that what makes a beautiful relationship, when two people are different and they just complete themselves? Look at the yin yang symbol. For example, two completely different things, opposites, but they complete each other beautifully. That is how the relationship is supposed to be. So again, ask yourself, when does the obsession of wanting perfection end up destroying how you view and interpret relationships? And if you can accept your own perfections, why can't you accept the perfections of your person? So a little bit of something to chew on, you guys. And don't forget, if you're having a good time here, like, share, and subscribe. And while you guys are like, sharing, and subscribing, let's go ahead and jump into our next question. Hey, Emma, will myself and Dan T be in a relationship in the near future, please? All right, Emma. Let's see what's coming up for you and Dan about if you two will be in a relationship. I'm going to be honest, it's not set in stone when you two will be in a relationship. Quite frankly, I think there's a lot more things that you two need to kind of figure out. I do think that this can happen. How soon it is going to be quite relative, honestly. Soon for you may be 2 months, and soon for Spirit might be 4 months. It just depends. There's a lot of leeway in your timeline here, right? And that is because you're kind of on a cliffhanger with each other. It's not set in stone. He's not set in stone about what he wants just yet. You know, when you're entering and wanting and desiring a new relationship, there is an evaluation process that does happen in your brain. And so when you're going through that evaluation process, it's not that he don't want you. It's more so a situation of he needs to evaluate what he is looking at here. Smart thing to do. Emma says we are only getting to know each other. See, that's what I was talking about with that evaluation period. That is exactly what this is. So it's not set in stone. I think there's a good chance there is some chemistry here that does exist. It's going to take a little bit of time before an actual accurate 100% timeline can show. He's not ready just yet to give all of that energy into something like this. So give it time. But I do think as long as you two are willing to communicate, as long as there's a proper getting to know each other process. Emma also said we're only getting to know each other. It's only been 4 weeks. So yeah, give it time, friend. Give it time. 4 weeks is a short amount of time, and let the potential grow. Give it time to show itself to you, because if someone isn't fully set on a decision, you're not really always going to get like the greatest timeline ever. You get an approximate, but you're not going to get the greatest timeline ever. All right, my friend, thank you so much for your beautiful question. Time is super important when forming relationships. So allow it to grow some legs. Emma says, yes, true. Yes, definitely give it time to grow some legs. Enjoy it. Don't think too far about what you two can be in the future. Just enjoy the ride. Emma says, thank you. You are so very welcome, my friend. So you guys, remember, if you are having a good time here, you can go to journeyryanlive.com/reviews and leave a review for the show, because we love good feedback here. And if you go to mypsychicconnection.com, you could see me and all the other psychics that we have on the site, and you get to talk to us for, 3 free minutes. Because if you sign up, remember, you get 3 free minutes. So, or longer, it just depends on what you're looking for. But if you're enjoying this, you can go ahead and sign up. And remember, every dollar of every donation that we receive today goes to the Ryan White program. So you guys, I hope to see you guys outside of here and on mypsychicconnection.com. And so with that, let's go ahead and jump into another question. Jean, I think I said your name right. I hope I did. And if I butchered it, I'm so sorry. Jean says, hello, love. Oh, we have Jean. Jean says, hello, love. May I ask what my connection with Virgo will be for the rest of 2024? Now, Virgo the planet or Virgo a person? That one I need a good distinction in. If it's the planet, I may have to lead you to one of our other beautiful readers who are well versed in astrology, as astrology is just not a gift that I am unfortunately not. I am not gifted in astrology. But if you have I see. Virgo, a man's Gene says, got you, friend. Don't worry. Hey, look, if you're trying to form relationships with the planet, I think that's very important too, because you got to be aligned with your elements too. All right, let's see with this Virgo man what's going on. Gene, I'm a female. Gene, like pants, but singular. Aha. I like the singular pants. Friend. That's the best way I've ever heard someone say their name. You like the pants, but singular. So I'm going to be honest. I think there's a little bit of a disconnect between you and the Virgo. The Virgo seems to be a little bit on the insecure side. So I'm not really seeing a full-on push into a full-blown relationship where you two are mutually communicating and expressing things to each other. This looks like someone who might have a fear also of the future. So a lot of moving in reverse energy, may not be able to look past certain events that have happened to them. Gene says super insecure. Yes, friend, that's coming through high and mighty in these cards. There's a lot of insecurity about past relationships, how it's affected them, and then what comes from there next. And unfortunately, this is something that they may not be ready to get through just yet. So unfortunately, I'm not seeing a very well-grounded relationship. It looks all right, my friend, look, even if something isn't super grounded now, people need time. Your person will always need time. So allow things to play out, but use your own discretion with how fast you move. And Gene, singular, like singular Gene, I do hope that you got some clarity for this reading. Thank you so much for your beautiful question. So you guys, remember, for a little bit of another carrot, I'm going to toss at you guys. Remember when I said that you have to make a distinction between the fantasy of what you want in your head from your person versus them as a person. Unfortunately, what ends up happening in a lot of relationships, that ends up like really putting a stamp on a lot of relationships. Jean says, Bunny, thank you for your time and insights. Love, you are so very welcome, my friend. It is a pleasure. So it kind of leads into this: imperfections in your person is necessary for growth. If your person is not imperfect, firstly, like I said, perfection does not exist. That is a concept that we kind of invented here. It's not real. None of us are perfect. So if we cannot accept the imperfection in our partner, we unfortunately aren't unable to grow, because relationships are the literal epicenter of being able to grow and expand with another. Unfortunately, when you get into a relationship, the pain, the love is pain part of the relationship isn't that the relationship supposed to hurt you. It is literally the growth and becoming a better person that hurts. And when your partner is allegedly perfect, there's no way for you to grow. There's no way for you to become a better person. And this also, Gene says, I accept him and his imperfections. See, Gene has the right idea. He might be very insecure, and things may not look good in the moment, but you have to give you and your partner space to grow. And that is the point of a relationship. It is to grow. It is to mend together. It's to mesh together, because you cannot expect more than what you could expect from yourself. If you were in a relationship with somebody and they were telling you, you need to do this, you need to dress like this, you need to be perfect like this, I don't want any imperfections, you would run for the high hills. But unfortunately, when you are looking at the reality of the situation, you have to flip your expectations and ask yourself, if someone asks that of me, could I do it? If someone asks that of me, would I be able to go ahead and do that? The answer is more than likely not. So when you look at your partner, you have to gain new levels of tolerance between you and that partner. And I'm going to be honest, it doesn't matter how much you love a person. They will do things that make you want to fly out of there like a bat out of hell. Sometimes your partner will get on your nerves, but it's those little things about them that bring liveliness to life. And those imperfections don't have to be imperfections. They can just be quirks that you learn to live with and accept and love. So, unfortunately, love is very much a growth process, and that's why people say love hurts. Love doesn't hurt. The growing process and being a better person hurts. Losing your habits hurts. So definitely a little bit of something to think about. And also remember, y'all, we have an emoji contest, and I want to see the emojis in the chat. So y'all better fight for it. Y'all better fight for them emojis, because if you win the emoji contest, you get a free little general reading from me. I get to pluck some cards for you guys. So go ahead and start throwing them in the chat. Get into it. Get into it. Yeah. And with that, let's get into another question. Marty says, "Hi, Bunny. How does Seth feel about our relationship right now? And can I be the best boyfriend I can be for him?" So let's see where Seth is kind of feeling in the relationship. Seth he's vibing in the relationship. I feel vibes. I feel like this is a good connection because there's a good foundation here within a friendship situation between the two of you. So it's like it started out as kind of a friendship and it grew and it's only expanding. And I do think that if you are willing to work on some of maybe what feels like, Marty says, we've known each other for 4 years before we started dating. That's always a really good foundation to really jump into, quite honestly. That's a good foundation for any relationship. There's already an established connection. So I do think that this is going to go further for a little bit longer, a good amount of time longer. But also, I think you have to be very aware in terms of a reflection period about yourself, because there might be some insecurities that hold you back or make you double guess what you're feeling within terms of the relationship. It's something that isn't going to be fixed overnight, but it's something that is going to be needing to be addressed by you internally, spiritually over time. And as long as you're willing to work on the things that make you kind of nervous about a relationship, and maybe could be trust issues or things like that, if you're willing to work on those issues, you do have a good longevity within the relationship. It's a balance. Marty says, makes sense. I deal with that a lot in general, not just with him. Yes. And it's really important that you remember in a relationship, those things we struggle with outside of other people are going to magnify in a relationship, because there's that ironclad focus on this one relationship. And so all those issues that we kind of hold down underneath the surface bubble out in relationships. So as long as you're willing to be very my gosh, my friend, there's that bell. Self-awareness is super important in relationships. Just like communication is super important, so is self-awareness. Marty says, thank you, Bunny. I'll do my best. You got this. I believe in you. Give it time. Give it time. And give yourself some grace, because it's not going to be perfect overnight. There is no such thing as perfect, but the best you, and this is for everybody, the best you can be is not an overnight transformation. You don't wake up and become a better version of yourself tomorrow. So I hope I was able to help give you some clarity. And thank you so much for your beautiful question, you guys. And let's get into another question. Monica with the beautiful fairy. Do you see any future between me and Tehran? I hope I said their name right. So let's look at you and Tehran. I do feel like there is a bit of longevity here between you and Tehran. I think, though, there are some hiccups that are going to need to be addressed. And the hiccup has to do around quality time. You two may not have schedules that are in succession or sequence with each other. And so it just feels kind of like it's almost just like always a little bit of a missed connection. Sometimes you guys see each other and then there's a while where you two may not. I do think that this relationship can have legs. It just is going to be dependent on how much work is going to be put into making sure there's time together. So I do think that there are mutual feelings here for each other that do exist. Monica says, yes, you pronounced correctly. Good. I'm so glad. Thank you. Unfortunately, Me and my southernness have a horrible time with names sometimes, but I'm so glad I'm getting it right today. However, there is longevity within this relationship. It can move forward. There just needs to be more prioritization between the time you two spend together. That is what's going to glue you both together. So it's not an unsuccessful, it's something that is able to strengthen in time. So give it more time. But I do think you two are going to move forward. Just really, really put your back into it. Go do something together. Have fun. Go bowling. Find a way to make the schedules work, because that's going to be the most important thing for the both of you. Unfortunately, time is sort of escapes you. You both seem to heavy focus on work or doing things. There's a lot of movement between the two of you. And so it's not a bad thing, but work-life balance needs to be reestablished. But there has Monica, there's the bell. And unfortunately, my time is up with this question. But thank you so much for your beautiful questions. And you guys, if you've got a burning question you want to ask, go ahead and hit that donation button in the chat. You can skip ahead the line and you can pick through different reading types. And if you're really feeling up for it, you can donate a mega, and a mega gets you 4 questions and unlimited time. And who don't want that? You can hear me give you all the advice in the world that I can and all that time. So thank you all so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Now, I want to sit for like another minute. Let's continue our carrots just a little bit. So remember that perfection, and this is more of a reminder carrot, not so much I'm going to lecture you today carrot. Monica says, you are right. He's always on his toes, and we hardly spend time. Quality time is essential in relationships. Even if you two are introverted individuals to some degree and workaholics, you got to make that time for each other at least once a week, or at least try to once a week, definitely. But perfection in a relationship does not exist. Your partner opposing to you will never be the perfection that you're looking for. But you have to accept the flaws in order to combine the relationship together, right? I think a lot of the times in relationships, you end up forgetting that this person had a life before you. They were the same or different individual before you. And so sometimes when we get into relationships, we want to be the center of their world. Spend all the time on me. Focus only on me. Stop, interacting. Clarissa says straight facts. Thank you, ma'am. But it's this need to be the center. There's no such thing as being the center. This person is not perfect, and they were a person before you. They have obligations before you. They have things they need to, align with before you. They have maybe a wife, maybe children before you. These are things that came before you, and that's okay. And Monica says, you are awesome, Bunny. Thank you so much, Monica. I'm so glad y'all are having a good time tonight. Monica says, thank you so much. We'll focus on that. Felt no chemistry between us. It's because quality time is your way to chemistry. That's it. You can form chemistry over time, but not on instinct or instant. I'm getting my words today. But with your person being a person before you, you have to remember that you will not always be the center, and you will not always have that perfection you're looking for. There are priorities, needs, and desires they have outside of you. And you have to be okay with the fact that your person is not going to revolve around you 24/7. It doesn't matter if y'all are soulmates, shipmates, crewmates, postmates. Y'all could be everything. You could be all the kitten and the caboodle, but you are still after the person that they are. And that's why it takes a lot of time to form that relationship. Quality time is important. Allowing that person to exist outside of you is super important. So just remember, your person was a person before you. And it doesn't matter soulmate or not, they cannot hyper focus on you. Remember, obsession versus relationship is very important. So with that said, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into well, look at that. Y'all, it's time for the lightning round. So in the lightning round, what you do is you post all of your questions, yes, no questions specifically, and I will answer yes, no, or undetermined. And look, it's like a big intuition test. So put as many questions as you can in the chat. Make sure you get all them questions that you have rolling around in your head out, and definitely ask me all the yes, no questions you can, because you got 3 minutes to just rapid fire questions at me. So let's get it, guys. Go ahead and post those questions in the chat. Gemma, should I wear the new pink dress I bought to my son's wedding? Yes. Ooh, cute. Monica says, will Tehran propose to me this month? Undetermined. Undetermined. Gemma, will Adam and I move together eventually? Yes. Norma, will I find happiness soon? Yes. Clarissa, will I get a boyfriend this year? Yes. Ooh, but. Yes, but. Firefly says, was Scorpio excited about seeing me today? Yes. Jean, will I start a family this year? Undetermined. Jackie, hi Bunny, will I meet my forever person in 2024? Undetermined. There's more, but undetermined. Norma says, will my finances improve? Yes. All right, let's go, you guys. Gemma, will Adam and I go on vacation next year? Yes. All right, Emma, will I see Dan this week? No. Jean, will my personal business be abundant this year? Ooh, undetermined, but there's more. There's a message. Emma says, will I get my car soon? Undetermined. Firefly Magic, will my upcoming trip go well? No, but. Jean, will I move into a new house in 2025? Undetermined a little bit. Monica says, are my manifestations coming to fruition? Yes. Ooh, we love a manifestation. Gemma, will I move into Adam's house? Yes. B, is there a new guy coming into my life? Yes. We got to talk about that. Norma, will I ever remarry? Yes. Karen, will we get back together? No. Linda, will my youngest daughter ever get married? Undetermined. Emma, will I go on holiday this year? Yes. Lana, is V going to contact? Undetermined. There's more in that message, though. Clarissa, will I be able to start my life coaching business this year? Yes. Sherry, will I get my dog Chase back? Aw, yes. Aw. Jean, will Virgo and I move in together in 2025? Yes. More on that. Gemma says, will I get a job again? Yes. B, will my kid move out the house this year? Yes. Emma, is Dan only interested in me, please? Yes. Yeah. Norma, will I marry the love of my life? Yes, but there's more in that message, but yes. Jackie, will I change careers in May? No. All right, you guys, thank you so much for participating in the lightning round. You guys are awesome. That was a great round. There's some things I need some of y'all to really start asking me about, because some of those I couldn't answer because I can only do yes, no, or undetermined. But some of y'all, I had some details that were just pinging in, and I need y'all to ask me these questions, y'all. I can't be just out here leaving y'all hanging like that. Gemma says, thank you. You are so very welcome. Gemma, you guys are awesome. And I'm so happy to be here with y'all today. So now that we have a little bit more of a viewership going on, there's more people in the chat today, I want to ask again, because I want to see more answers. I want to see all these answers while I'm asking these questions. What is your deal breaker in a relationship? Like I said before, mine is control, or not allowing me to go exist in happiness. I don't like that. I just like to exist. Very Sagittarius of me. Very Sagittarius fire sign energy. Do not control, do not restrict, let me breathe, and I'll be there with you forever. Give me a little bit of chase though, and I'll stick with you for a long time. But while I answer these questions, I definitely want to see some more answers to that. You guys, we're doing awesome tonight. We're having a good time. Monica says, thank you once again, beautiful bunny and my psychic connection team and journey. You guys are awesome. Oh, Monica, thank you so much. And we love all the support that all of you are giving us. So thank you so much from the My Psychic Connection team. Now, you guys, let's get into another question. You guys got me for a while. Monica, with the angel Monica, the angel and the fairy, got to remember that. Will Mahit reconcile with me soon, and does he really miss me? Thank you. You are so very welcome, my friend, with the beautiful angel picture. So I do think that he does miss you. I see that very clearly. He thinks about you from time to time. Now, will you two reconcile? It's a little bit tricky. I do think that there is a lack of reconciliation that comes to mind, and I feel like that has a lot to do with the hurt that's left behind from the situation between the two of you. So it's not that he doesn't care about you. It's not that he doesn't love you. It's more so a situation of, I am hurt. We are hurting. This unit together is hurting. And so I don't think it's a good idea right now to reconcile or try and start things, because what if she doesn't want to be with me? What if I'm wasting my time? What if this hurts? What if we try again and we fail? There are significantly a lot of questions that are roaming around in your person's head, and I can feel it because it feels like congestion. There's a lot of thoughts just rolling around, and I'm not necessarily seeing a reconciliation happen. Now, when you have someone with a lot of thoughts in their head, what ends up happening is you need to give them time. It feels a little bit fresh for them, and there's this attempt to move on, but there's also an attempt to process. So while they may miss you and they may have feelings about the situation that's happened between the two of you and they want to reconcile, they may not be emotionally equipped and ready to do that just yet, unfortunately. And so with this, it just feels like it's not time just yet. It's not ready for the two of you just yet. So this is a situation that has to develop, because you have to allow that person time to really dig into their feelings. And there's a chance that they could change their mind and do reach out. But right now, I'm not seeing it happen. It just feels like a lot of, oh, my friend, when someone is hurting in relationships, it's going to make it hard for them to want to reopen things. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid and opening the wound to air again. You never know how it's going to hurt. You don't know if it's going to bleed. I think a lot of us go through that as well, men and women. It does hurt, unfortunately. So I do hope that was able to help. Give things time, allow things to marinate in the universe for a little bit, and then see where things go there from the future. So I hope that was able to help, my friend. And you guys, we're having such a good time here. Let's jump into some more questions. And remember, I want to see more answers about what is your deal breaker. Linda says, Monica says, thanks. You are so very welcome. And Linda asks, hi there. My question is, am I with my soulmate? Linda, such a smiley picture. So cute. Linda, I'm going to be honest with you. This does not feel like your soulmate. Now, that doesn't mean that you two don't have a connection. That doesn't mean that you two aren't in some sort of love. I just don't feel like he is the soulmate that you're searching for, or maybe the type of soulmate that you have ingrained in your head. There's a lot of issues here in terms of expression. So it's like the expression between you two is mismatched just a little bit. So it's not necessarily that you two don't get along in some regard. I just think the way you two handle emotions, the way you two care about certain things is kind of different, which can be a good thing. But like I said previously, a couple episodes back, your soulmate can be a life partner, but your life partner doesn't have to be your soulmate. This feels like more of a life partner connection. This is someone who you would enjoy spending quality time with until the end of that time. So it's not a bad relationship. It's just not the soulmate connection you were hoping for. But we're all also soulmates to each other. Everyone you cross paths with, you're soulmates with in some degree. You've all met each other before. You've all cross paths before. Look, I can get my English together. So I just don't see them being the type of soulmate that you have in your mind that desire, but I do see this as someone who you can spend a good time with. But I feel, unfortunately, that this might be, Linda says, we have been married for 42 years. That's pretty solid. Look, congratulations, first of all. But I don't see that your husband is the soulmate. I feel like your husband is the life partner. This is someone you'll be happy to spend your life with, but not someone who is like spiritually contracted, intertwined with you. I think there's a comfort that you two have with each other. And there's a difference in expression. Oh, Linda, I hope that I was able to give you a little bit more clarity, but just because they're a life partner, not a soulmate, doesn't mean you can't marry them and can't be happy with them. You can be happy. Soulmates and stuff is just a title. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Are you happy and are you satisfied in your relationship? That is all that matters. That's it. Soulmate, twin flames, all that stuff, that's just labels and a title. None of that matters at the end of the day. So I hope that I was able to help my friend. And you guys, we are doing an amazing time. And Emma G, you are tonight's emoji contest winner. So everybody, thank you so much for participating in the emoji contest. And now, Emma, let's go ahead and get into a little bit of a reading for you. And I'm feeling the hummingbirds are where it's at today. Honestly, I should show Redbird this deck. This seems like something she'd be into now that I think about it, the hummingbird oracle. However, let's go ahead and get some cards out for you. Let's see what Spirit's talking at you today. And I'm going to draw 3 cards. If Spirit wants me to get 3, okay, Spirit said 4. Never mind. I'm going to just do what I'm told because I'm just a messenger up in here. So your first card out is float in stillness. Meditation is the key to filling up with the joyous nectar of life. I can read, I promise. So that one's a beautiful card too. Your next card is glorious breath. Inhale the wonder and exhale. Inhale the wonder of life and exhale and relax into the fullness of your true self. Look, I'm gonna get my vocab together today, guys. And your next card is a magical surprise. A joyous gift is swooping in from the heavens. I see what the message is here today. And honeysuckle red, sweet and fiery. Your emotions are the root of the situation. Use the color red to soothe and heal. Beautiful card. What this is coming to tell me is Spirit is saying to you, ma'am, you gotta chill. In so many words, Spirit is saying, ma'am, chill, relax, woo-saw it out. It's going to be okay. You're going to get everything you're looking for. You're going to get what you're looking for. The problem is Spirit is just asking you to be a little bit more at ease. Allow things to flow to you. Don't force it. Don't push it because it feels like you're doing a lot of push. And it's good to push towards a goal. And it's good to push towards a desire. But you also have to know to use discernment and to when to dial it back and rest within yourself. And it's almost like you're trying to get things moving so fast, but you can't move that fast all the time. Fast is good, but you also have to know when to rest. What is it saying? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. That's exactly what this reading is giving. Allow yourself to rest because no matter how much you need to rest for the short temporary time being, as long as you get back into what you're trying to accomplish, Spirit is going to give you the gifts you're looking for. You just got to give yourself a little bit more time to rest, to heal. And also the color red is very important here because you're pushing through your emotions are heavily into it. And that's good. You want your emotions into it, but you also need to know when to let your emotions go back into their cave and when to just sit and woosah, meditate, ground yourself. And Journey has posted some really awesome meditation videos on the My Psychic Connection YouTube page. So maybe after this, look into those meditation videos because they are very helpful in being able to ground yourself. You have to remember, in order to succeed and achieve our goals, you have to remain grounded and present. And when we get our emotions into it because we want something so fast, you do have to take a moment and step back. Your emotions cannot be what leads you all the time. It can lead you, and sometimes they can lead you for good, but a lot of the times when we're trying to achieve, our emotions are what gets in the way. So remember, ground yourself and allow yourself to just breathe and rest, and just know, no matter how many days you need to breathe and rest, your gifts are coming. Spirit's not going to leave you hanging. And so give yourself a little bit of grace. So I hope that was able to help you, my friend. And thank you all so much for participating in the emoji contest. You guys are awesome. We are killing it today. And I'm so happy that so many of y'all are participating. And remember, next week, when I am back, there's another emoji contest. So you guys always have a chance to get a free reading or a free general reading from me. And remember, if you are having a good time here, go ahead and go to journeyridelive.com/reviews, leave a good review. And if you sign up for mypsychicconnection.com, remember, you can talk to me and you can get 3 minutes free. It's a good time. It's a good deal. We love good things here. We love deals over here. We like to spend our money good. At least I do. Miss Collins said, okay, Miss Quotes. Look, I done popped out the wazoo with the wisdom today. Look, you got Bunny on her A game today. We got wisdom and we got carrots. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into our next beautiful, beautiful, beautiful question. Firefly says, hi, Bunny. How does Scorpio view me and feel about me currently? He seems interested, but starting to get bored with the lack of movement on his end. Ooh, Miss Firefly, that's an interesting question. It feels like you got a bit of a slow mover with you. So this person seems to be more of a realist. They don't really play into the fantasy of a new relation, a new situation. And I think the disconnect here is the fact that you want faster than they're willing to give. And I think that there is a pickup on that energy here. And so now there's this kind of like the tectonic plates are all jacked up now. There's no evenness. It's just skewed. And unfortunately, what's happening is he's starting to feel a little bit dejected. It's almost a bit tiring. So it's potential that there is going to be an exodus of the relationship at some point because they may not feel 100% secure in where the relationship is going between the two of you. I do think they like you, definitely. But because the wants, needs, and desires are different between each other, you and him, there is no solid like mental connection on where you two should be. And that can sometimes be enough to drive someone away. So unfortunately, I don't think that he's really fully grasping the moment of the relationship between the two of you. This feels like something he's starting to slowly back away from. There is a distance. Now, this is someone who works with a slow and steady wins the race sort of mentality. And so they can feel your I don't want to say dysfunction. That's not the word. Dissatisfaction. There we go. Your dissatisfaction within the relationship and maybe how they respond and do things. This could be a little bit of a selfish energy that I am picking up on because it is about how they feel and like me kind of energy, but also that is just kind of that distinction between you two as a unit. So I definitely, my friend, that is the bell, unfortunately, but I do hope I was able to help give you a little bit more clarity. And you guys, we got some more time, so let's get into some new questions. Another question, more questions. It's fun. Svetlana, what kind of man will I be in my next? Will be in my next relationship? I got you. What kind? So let's do a little switcheroo of decks here because we're looking at personality traits. Now remember, when you're looking at someone's personality traits in a reading, things can differ or, be similar. It just depends. People are different. This is someone who's a little bit more withdrawn, however. Isn't this cute? This is someone who is a little bit more withdrawn, more internal with their thoughts, more intentional with how they move. This isn't a bad thing. They could just be a little bit of a homebody. And also someone who thinks a lot and just they're in their head a lot. This is I'm a logical thinker, not an emotional thinker type of energy. And that can be a good thing in a relationship if that is what you're looking for. Now, this is someone who has a lot of goals, a lot of ideas. This Wheel of Fortune is talking about someone who has a drive. Your Wheel of Fortune, when it's in the upright position, moves forward and it's always moving forward. And so when you're looking at somebody and their personality traits, this is someone who is go get, and they are moving, they are shaking, they are grooving. This is high work ethic and high energy. This is great if you're looking for someone who is going to have a more stable foundation in their career or just a hustler mentality. Trust and believe, this sounds like a Capricorn because they always got their dollar bills together. That's the energy a Wheel of Fortune gives off in terms of a person. Now you have a Justice card. There's a little bit of a Libra energy. We're talking about someone who is very fair and very balanced. Like I said, I'm a thinker. I'm a thinker, not a feeler. And when they're thinking a lot with their smarts. They're not thinking outside of their internal logic that they have for the situation. They might not be the most emotionally receptive a person, but it's not because they're not emotional and they don't hear you. It's literally because they are so deep into solving the problem and getting it fixed right. This is someone who is a fixer. This is someone who tries to balance. This is someone... My friend, I was really getting into that one. I love reading personality traits when I can. I hope, my friend, that was able to help you. And thank you so, so much for your beautiful question. You guys, I'm having a good time. That one got me hyped. I like doing a little bit of viewing that way in terms of people's energy. So that was fun. I like that one. Thank you so much, my friend, for your beautiful question. And you guys, let's jump into another question. You guys having so much fun. Norma. Hi, Norma. She says, hello, Bunny. We have been on and off for 50 years. Life just got in our way. Not counting, I was scared of our families. We've been seeing each other again for about 14 years. Will it ever progress into a real together open relationship instead of a hidden mess? Oh, my friend Norma. Let's jump into this and let's kind of see what the possibility is of this turning into this real relationship. Now, I do see that there's an active idea in trying to keep any dramatic situations at bay. And I think this is like a mutable thing between the two of you. This is something that you both have in common. There's a need to duck and dodge and weave a little bit. However, will it ever become a relationship to the fullest? I don't think so, unfortunately. It's almost like your person has a if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of mentality. Things are going good here. And unfortunately, it's not because they don't want to be public with you, but you two have been doing this for so long and it's been working for the two of you. It's hard for your person to see outside of what this is and what it should be and what it could be. And that's unfortunately where there's this hiccup, this pause. I don't think this is someone who would be unfaithful to you, thank goodness, but this is very much someone who is kind of content with keeping things on the low to a minimum, keeping the drama out, and trying not to keep conflicts going. And because there's that need and desire to keep those conflicts from being even bigger than they were before, because I think that fear of the past between the two of you really is holding you guys back. Unfortunately, your person is like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And we can just keep this going. This is fun. We still care about each other. We love each other. This is good. We shouldn't like mess up a good thing going. And that is the fear there, messing a good thing going. Oh, my friend Norma, thank you so, so much for your beautiful question. I do hope I was able to help give you clarity. And you all, lovely light. Hello, my buddy, Mr. Rand. And Brittany Walsh says, hello. How, my friends? Norma says, sounds like him. Yeah, unfortunately, that is how he rolls. But if you're happy, that's all that matters, right? But let's go ahead. We're at that time, y'all. Let's get into our final question for the night. Woo! Clarissa says, girl, when I asked if I get a boyfriend this year, you said yes, but what? Don't leave me. Oh my God. All right. Look. I got you. My bestie. I got you. It's good. We're good. I'm going to get you. So the cliffhanger to this scenario here is there needs to be a balance. You cannot get a partner if you are overly absorbed in one thing or another. Now, this all comes to fruition. Like, you will get a partner. And I feel like by either late next year or mid sometime late this year and mid next year. So between, say, the winter and the kind of summer season that we're in now, between 2024 and 2025, right? But the problem is there is a confidence that needs to exude from you. I get the feeling of you need to really get that throat chakra active. You need to get that solar plexus active. You need to start getting activated with people, because in order to embark on a new journey such as love, you are going to need to invoke some Queen of Wands energy. You got to get that fire up under you and really play into your nature of being well versed and well spoken. And getting into this is going to start opening the doors for you, because with that new change dialogue and behavior that you exhibit to others, I'm not saying curse everyone out, but it increases your ability to be much more confident in how you say and how you do and how you feel. This is going to allow you to make the moves that you need to make in order to balance out aspects of your life. So you are going to get into that relationship, but Spirit is saying we need to maximize, prioritize, Clarissa-ize you, essentially. We need to get you being the best version of you, because staying muted, insecure is not going to lead you down the path that you won't down the path that you desire. Woo, we were getting words together, but my friend, thank you so much for that beautiful question. You guys, we have reached the end. Unfortunately, like always, the party really isn't over until, the party's over. And today the party is over. However, if you want to log on tomorrow, 10 o'clock p.m., you can catch Cassie, the card slinger, here on My Psychic Connection. You can see her slinging some cards with her pretty self. And I hope you guys are having a good time. And hello?
Well, hello.
Oh.
So I wanted to make another announcement, because starting next week on the 15th, Energy, the Metaphysical Crone, will be on at 10 p.m. right after your show. So the party will continue at 10 p.m. with Energy, the Metaphysical Crone, starting May 15th at 10 p.m.
So excited. That made me so happy. That was a surprise I didn't expect. Energy will be back, like I said, May 15th. So the party is going to continue after me. So look, we're going to have a good party all Wednesday. I can't wait. I'm so excited. That made me so happy. You guys, thank you so much for being here and being a part of My Psychic Connection. It has been Bunny. And please remember, take care of yourselves, drink some water, and self-care is really, really important. And try not to, try to keep your emotions tameable this week. It's going to be kind of interesting with some new moons going on. So you guys have a good one and take care. Bye-bye.